All right. Good evening, Bourbon Quest. Hey, it's your host, Bourbon Steve. All right, let's get down to it. It's an exciting day. It is day 10 of the Advent calendar. Today, we're going to be doing this year's Woodford Reserve Batch Proof. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Woodford Reserve Batch Proof. The highest proof ever by Woodford. 128.3 proof. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we might delve into last year's too. We have last year's here as well. Woodford Reserve Batch Proof, 123.6 proof. Of course, the latest one in this much classier bottle in my opinion, 128.3 proof. That's all there is to it. There's no story, there's no outline. It's just, batch proof Woodford. What do you say? Woo, 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 woo. All right. So we're gonna get into this, but I kind of have a little, what do you call it? Where's Waldo? Yeah. So I was able to pick up two fantastic bottles today, and I'm not going to tell you what they are, but they are displayed. And if you've been watching, let me know if you can figure out what they are, because they are over my left shoulder, and they're together. And we'll be revealing them probably after the first year, because December's booked up. But was able to pick up two special bottles today. One is a backup from one that I haven't opened. We'll be doing a whole thing on that sometime January, February, along with another special product. So for those of you that have been watching and have been paying attention to what's on display behind me, see if you can figure out what two new bottles are on display over my left shoulder tonight. I'll be interested in your comments if you can figure it out. It shouldn't be that hard if you've been watching, really. I kind of made them pretty obvious without spilling the beans, because we'll be visiting those in January, February for sure. But tonight is day 2 of the Advent calendar. We're doing at least, we may touch into last year's too, just to compare them, but Woodford Batch Proof, 128.3. Yes, sir. That's right. All right. Let's delve into it. But first, always, stay hydrated, my friends. I might give you all a little hint later on, like what distillery they're from. There's two bottles on display on my left shoulder that are new as of today, because that's when I got them. So Woodford Batch Proof, the highest proof of Woodford ever, 128.3. Let's see what she's got. I bet that gal's got some heat on her. All right. Oh my gosh. It's so it's like really woody, oaky, cherry, vanilla, caramel. But I mean, you get that ethanol and that proof on her, but not overly so. I mean, on the nose, 110 to 115 proof. It's not overpowering. I mean, it's there, but you get those classic bourbon notes of a little bit of cherry, but definitely caramel and vanilla. A little bit of, and I know it's not, but I'm for some reason, maybe it's probably the ethanol, but I feel like I'm getting some rice spice on that. It's probably the ethanol, because this is not a high rye bourbon. But more cherry, orange, like toasted orange peel. Yeah, more of that orange peel and cherry, cola. Very nice on the nose. And again, it's inviting. The color on this is great. It's inviting. It's not overpowering. It's just enticing. More of that cola and cherry and toasted orange peel. Mm. A little black pepper, and then I think it's the ethanol is disguising as rye spice. But all right, cheers, Bourbon Quest. Mm. Oh. Yeah, that's good. It's I mean, it gives you that punch with ethanol, and I'm disguising it as rye spice too. Although I know that's not the mash bill of Woodford, but I guess it's the high proof that kind of gives it that. But it's cherry cola, oak, toasted orange peel, vanilla. It's really, really good. I mean, mm, so much more than your regular, 94 proof Woodford. I mean, there's some decent complexity on this nose with the proof and the ethanol and the cherry and cola and oak, orange, toasted orange peel, vanilla, caramel. I mean, cheers, Bourbon Quest. All right. Man, that's so good. It's got a medium to medium plus finish, good hug, like everything you want in a bourbon. I mean, it's thumbs up. All right, I'm gonna grab a different glass real quick because I want to compare it to last year's, which is about 5 proof lower. Wasn't planning on doing that, but what the hell? I'm off tomorrow. Worked both jobs today, so I'm off tomorrow. So let's do a little side to side comparison. This is last year's batch proof 123.6, whereas that's 128.3. Alright, so I apologize. I probably shouldn't have done that, but with it being an advent calendar, I really wanted to highlight this year's 128 point. But it is what it is. I wanted to compare them since I have them both open. This one is more sweeter in the nose, more of that vanilla and caramel. None of that spice or ethanol like the first one offered. But a little bit of cherry, some oak. Man, that's really good too. I mean, it's again, cherry cola, oak, vanilla, caramel. It does still have a little bit more of that spice, but alright, I'm going to cleanse the palate. I'm going to compare these side by side. Really wasn't the intent of tonight's program to bring them both out, but hey, what the hell, I'm off tomorrow. Alright. This one's more richer, more oaky, more complexity on the nose. Yeah. Although there's some more coming through with that. I still give the nose to this 2021 over 2020. Alright, let's go for the taste again. Yeah, it's like deep and rich with um, like cherry cola, vanilla, oak, more of that spice. Maybe that's the little bit higher proof. All right, I'm gonna cleanse the palate. But this one's sweeter, more vanilla, more caramel, because I think the spice and the ethanol overpowers that. But I mean, these are very sexy notes on last year's. Mm. Man, yeah, deep, rich, dark chocolate, vanilla. I mean, honestly, they are both super fantastic, without a doubt. So, you know, I would say thumbs up on both of them. I mean, they're different and they're kind of hard to compare. And because I'm not doing them blind, I tend to give a slight edge to the latest just because I think it offers a little bit more richness, a little bit more complexity, but this is no slouch. I mean, I'm glad I have them both. And I don't want to downgrade either one because they're both freaking fantastic. And they're different in their own way. A little bit more fruitiness, a little bit more smoother, but this one offers, you know, I think more complexity, a little bit more viscosity and mouthfeel. I mean, Woodford, that's proof. You got it going on. I mean, and I think the other bias I have is that I like, I like, I like the contour of this bottle better. You know, that all plays into that. I mean, that's why they make these bottles and everything. If you're not, I mean, if you're doing them blind, it's one thing, but when you're not doing them blind, you know, some biases probably show themselves with, you know, the bottle shape, you know, the latest find, whatever you want to call it. But they're both fantastic. Um, let's see. I was able to get two of these, so I still have one that's not open to this. This is the only one I have with that. But so here's my question to you. I'm going to try and do a little bit of research tonight because I have an opportunity probably this weekend to get a bottle of the newest Woodford Masters Collection or whatever the freak they call it. But it's the 5 malt stout or something like that. And I'm interested to know, I'm going to try and do some research to see if some other whiskey tubers have done a review on it. I mean, I would like to try it, but at the same time, do I want to spend my money on it and for something that might be either great or mediocre or even bad for that matter? So, Bourbon Quest, if you've been able to acquire the Woodford, I think it's Masters Collection or something like that, it's the 5 malt stout, I believe is the correct name. It just came out. I have an opportunity to buy it probably more than likely this weekend. I'm just trying to figure out if it's worth it or not. So if you've had it, if you've tried it, I'd love to hear your comments. and let me know if it's something you want to see, pass by, pour at a bar. I mean, I don't know, but whew, it's getting late. But I am off tomorrow, so, which is a rarity for me because I pretty much work 7 days a week. But yeah, the nose on this is great. I get more. I'm starting to get a little more of that orange peel and caramel and vanilla, like creme brulee even. It's opening up quite nicely. It's fantastic. Hey, let me know if you've had these. Leave your comments. And if you haven't done so, please subscribe. That helps a lot. Along with ringing that bell for notifications. And that's so good. I want to spend some more time with that. That's good. Both of them are good. Alright, let's go back in for this one. This is no slouch. I like this one better, but I mean, if you get your hands on either one, congrats. Man, that's good. Alright, I think that pretty much wraps it up tonight. I will reveal in probably January the two